Hey, what is up, everybody? This is your boy AJTRip, and welcome to Dash to Shoot, the weekly show where I talk about what's going on in the world of professional wrestling. And yeah, so this week some incredible stuff happened. Um, this Sunday we had the debut episodes of the biography. Um, as they're going 8 straight weeks of WWE characters. Stone Cold Steve Austin was the first one. I thought it was a great biography. There was some great stuff there. Always good to know because this isn't like it wasn't a big time deep dive into the life. This is primarily about the wrestling, and I think that's good. I think that's what they were catering to. They were catering to the wrestling fans. So this was pretty much about wrestling. There was some life stuff in there, stuff about maybe Steve, and one of the things I think interesting was that Steve had a couple girls. Steve's first wife was English, and he had a couple girls by her. And then his first wife took the girls to England, and one day he had, a year later, he had called her, and her southern accent that that she had gotten from him was gone, and now she had an English accent, and he couldn't believe it. So, but yeah, a lot of that stuff I think was interesting. Then afterwards, they had the show about for the people looking for treasures of the lost treasures of WWE wrestlers and things like that. And I thought that was pretty awesome too. So good Sunday night full of WWE stuff, and it was great. Surprise. I would be um, hopeful that all the rest of the stuff are going to be good as coming up as well. Um, Dark Side of the Ring is headed back to its thing's gonna be on Thursdays now. In a couple of weeks, May 6th is the debut, and got some interesting things on there. Should be interesting, especially the one about Nick Gage. I don't get this nested thing for violence and things like that. I have no idea why that. I was cringing at the little peek that they had Dean Ambrose, aka John Moxley, there, and he was talking about it, and he was giving and he was up there talking about everything. Oh, this. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what the first episode is. I don't know if it was Nick Gage, but it was a clip from the Nick Gage one, and it's just. Of course, we know stuff between what happened with him and David Arquette a few years ago. Um, I think one of the big side news, not big side news, but one of the big news is that Mark Carrano was fired yesterday, and it seems that he was like the senior development of talent relations. And it seems like the reason why he was fired is because he decided to put Mickey James ring gear stuff in a trash bag, and decided to just and send it to her, which I I I am incredibly dumbfounded as about why you would do that. I really am. It made no sense. Why would you sit up there and do that? I can understand if it was like an intern or a production assistant, which is a part of me that feels like that's who it was. As part of me feels like that's who the one who actually did it, but they were directed by Mark to do that. So that's why they instead of firing those people down low who wouldn't know any better, they fired the person who would know better. And the girls have come out, and Maria Kanellis has come out and said that she had hers done last year, and Jelena Hall has said that 10 years ago when she got fired, she received one, and Gail Kim has said that she's not a nice person. However, for what it's worth, Gail Kim has a big gripe on WWE, so she may not like anybody in WWE. So I think you take hers with a grain of salt. Although all these other girls seem to have may have a theme with Corona as well. So, and the reason why we all know this is because Mickey James decided to take video or pictures of it and put this out on Twitter. And and Mickey James was trending for about 5 hours because of that. And then Stephanie McMahon caught Twitter. He apologized and for that. Um, I think Laurinaitis came out on Twitter and Triple H came out on Twitter. Um, yeah, that's just it makes the company bad look. Like the company doesn't care, and you already have fools out there right now who feel like the WWE doesn't care about their talent or anything like that. And that's just a crock of shit in the first place. But now when you have something like that happening, it it gives people the credit to say yes. They don't care about their wrestlers, or they don't care about their employees, anything like that. So and I had a tweet yesterday, and I was looking through the Mickey James hashtag, and one idiot was up there saying, "Hey, they fake fired an employee," basically saying that that this didn't happen. It didn't happen. I bet you feel stupid now to find out that someone actually did get fired. And another one's basically was saying that the way they treated Chris Benoit was a shame. Really, the guy who killed two people and himself for no reason. Yeah, and the guy who and because of that, this guy who has brought pain down upon the business that he said he loved so much. He and it was in that Dark Side of the Ring last year for Chris Benoit. One guy said, he almost brought down the thing that he loved because of that. Because people started talking about steroids and everything like that, and it's so much that they don't even acknowledge him. I mean, they will, and listen, it's a totally different thing because one we know who did it, another one we don't know who did it. We don't know really who did it. He went, and there was a retrial and something like that. But they talk more about Jimmy Snuka than they do Chris Benoit, you know, and other things in wrestling. And so, yeah, it's just they don't have a right to treat Chris Benoit like he is, he's someone who did a mistake. No, he didn't do a mistake. He did a horrible, tragic thing. And speaking of tragic, this one hurts me big time. Just a couple minutes ago, 20 so minutes or so ago, found out that former WCW superstar, former Four Horsemen, but more importantly to me, being a Chicago guy, former Chicago Bear, Steve Mongo McMichael, is battling ALS, Lou Gehrig's disease, and that's a tough one. That's something that is right now. That's something that is incurable. I think at this point, you can still have a pretty. You still have a long life, but it's full of other things. You look at Steve Gleason of the New Orleans Saints, and you look at a few others. It's tough, and so my thoughts are with Steve Montgomery and Michael, hoping for the best, and throw up the four. Steve Montgomery and Michael, and throw up the 85 Bears for Steve Montgomery and Michael. Love you, Steve, always and forever. So our main topic for this episode is wrestling YouTube and its annoyance of me the last, I don't know, probably several weeks, several months, and it broke me last week. It broke me last week. It did. Um, because wrestling YouTube wants to just say that WWE is bad. That's all they want to say. They would tell you that WWE is bad. Right now. And first of all, it's not bad. It's not bad right now. It just isn't. Are there things that are tricky? Yes. It's always been. There are things that maybe you don't care about. Yeah. It's always been like that. There have always been storylines, wrestlers, and maybe haven't been the greatest, haven't you don't particularly care about. Like I don't care about the Fiend at all. I was happy he wasn't on this Monday night show. So there are things that get you that way. But oh no, just to call Raw, call SmackDown, and just to say that it's bad, and that apparently it's so bad that you want to stop doing reviews and you want to stop doing videos on Raw and stuff, something like that. And I can't say about a lot of channels because even though I've subscribed to a few. There was one channel in particular. I won't say the name of it because I'm not sitting up here trying to start a beef or or a war or something like that. Especially when that channel's got you know hundreds of thousands of subscribers and I have 2,000. I'm not trying to get any pub from. So I'm not gonna say his name. But in my opinion, they got the biggest hypocriticals in the world. Biggest hypocriticals in the world. They will sit up there and they will do any they would degrade and just tear down and take the piss out of everything WWE does, nitpick them for every single thing that they do. And then when it comes to AEW, they'll sit up there and go, "Oh, in the same stuff AEW is doing, the same stuff WWE is doing, but it's the greatest thing ever. Oh, I love this company. Yeah." And it sickens me, and it sickens me. And I had enough. I finally had enough, and I finally went to their I finally did their thing, and I finally had enough, and I finally just told them. I put a tweet out, not tweet, but I put a comment on one of the videos, and I finally just told them. I said, listen, and I didn't want to be that. I also didn't want to be that guy that was gonna say, hey, listen, I can't do this anymore. But I told them your hypocrisy and anything, it's sickening, and it makes me as mad as how the Raw of the Mania made you so mad. Yeah, and it does, and so and I told them that, and there were replies to it, but I didn't see. I saw a little bit of one reply that said, it was agreeing with me, but I wasn't looking at it because I didn't want to get into because whether it was from the people on the channel or whether it was other other brainwashed idiots that was gonna say, come on man, you can't and gonna tell me that Raw was bad. Raw hasn't been bad. Raw hasn't been bad. It has not been bad, and it's this thing. And then there are other channels again who are not doing WWE reviews, and they've stopped and they've just gone and done. They're only gonna do AEW reviews or NXT reviews. They're not gonna do Raw and SmackDown reviews anymore. And it's just it's almost incredible to see what kind of you know it is, because it almost seems like a concerted effort from all of these people who try to take down WWE. And it's going to be laughing. It's going to be laughable in 5 years when WWE is still standing and AEW is looking for a home on Destination America, just like TNA was. They're going to be the same exact place where TNA was. Looking for a place to call home because they're gonna, they're gonna, their shit's gonna finally get old. People are finally gonna get tired of that. Because it's a thing. Right now it's an alternative to WWE, and everybody's like, and everybody wants to, everybody wants another alternative, and everybody wants WWE to have competition but it's just not gonna work. It wasn't like that with TNA. It's not gonna be this with AEW. WWE is still going to be the best and number one place for your wrestling entertainment. And people just need to start realizing and stop trying to make AEW as if it's going to be something special, because it's not. It just isn't. Come on, let's take off the rose-colored glasses. I mean, it's me and Jim Cornette, I guess, basically the only ones who are they're willing to tell you the truth about this. So it's unreal, and that's what really made me annoying. Made me annoying that they just these people are really out to get WWE, and that's sickening. It really is. And so yeah, it's so I am full-fledged on the WWE train, killing AEW. I am fully on that train right now. So and I wasn't gonna be on that train to begin with. I I was hoping that what would happen with AEW is that AEW would still be around. It would be a place that it could be a company that could make a living, and it just wouldn't, it just wasn't gonna be any kind of competition to WWE. But at this point, with all of these people who are just so gung ho about trying to get AEW to put WWE out of business, that I am just I am totally on board for WWE putting AEW out of business for good, shutting them down, taking them out, buying everything that they do, and then just putting them out of business. And so, and that shouldn't be. But when everybody goes all the way toward one end, what do you want? Where was there or not? They're being so hypocritical and so obviously, biased, and all of this. So things, because I have no problems if you're not a WWE fan. That's okay. Yeah, you are not WWE fans, but don't try to pose yourself off as one, and then and sit up there and call them Raw the greatest, the worst Raw after Mania ever, and then you go and you know, you'll go and do it, and AEW will do a half-ass show. Oh, it's the greatest show. No, oh, this gives me all the goosebumps and everything like that. Oh, go fuck yourself. I mean, really. I mean, really. It's just I'm so off of it right now. I really am. So I am. So I kind of decided to change my thing. It was something where I would every Tuesday I would listen to the Raw review, and then every Thursday I listened to the AEW review, and it just and I got a point. And at this point, I've just decided to stop. I'm not gonna listen to the Raw review or their AEW review, because it makes no good. Because it's always going to be WWE is trash, AEW is great, and so I will. I'll listen to it. I will only listen to it when it is necessary, when something special would happen on either one show or the other show, something like that. And something that's something that I would actually want to hear what they had to say, about it. Something big, something huge, I don't know, you know, I don't know what it could be. So, but otherwise, I'm not. Yeah, not anymore. For people don't talk about their mental health. Yeah, my mental health is to not listen to them be such hypocrites. So I'm not listening to their reviews anymore. Um, I might have to stop listening to like the stuff for like the news either because they want to. They're doing this shit in the news and too as well, where they just you know whatever it is, it's still it's when you the stuff about Mark Carano. Well, it can't just be that Mark Carano did it. It's got to be other WWE and WWE is trash for putting trash bags. It's just okay, fuck you. So I might stop listening to the news and everything like that. So if you're not gonna do real news, then you know whatever. So yeah, this on YouTube is it's gone down the drain. It's just it really is. It's almost like it's just well, and it's something that it's just you realize that wrestling altogether, unfortunately, we have a toxic community in wrestling. And it starts with Dave Meltzer, and Dave Meltzer was, once again talking about a woman's body, and like a couple years ago it was Peyton Royce, and this year it was Charlotte Flair, and Charlotte Flair took him to class, and he has no business talking about any woman's body and how it should look or anything like that, and it's just it's Jesus, the toxic community starts with him. It starts with him, and many people listen to him, and many people you know, believe in his shitty things, shitty star ratings. You know, it's 5-star match. Okay, great, 5-star match. But because it's in the Tokyo Dome, it's no longer a 5-star match. It's now become a 5.25-star match. Whatever. Once you start doing that, and then and that was the big thing. Once he started doing that, at that point, at that time, he still hadn't given a 5-star match to a WWE produced wrestling match since 2020 or since 2011 when it was Cena and Punk. He hadn't done that, but and before then, I believe it was before then, he hadn't given 5 stars to Taker and Michaels, which it's just stupid. So yeah. This is a toxic community, and wrestling YouTube is becoming toxic. And I'm gonna try not to become toxic. I'm not gonna try to bring that toxicity here to this channel, into this show. I'm always gonna try to be, upbeat, something like that. But sometimes something like this may fretch my shit, as my grandmother used to say. Something frets my shit so much that I have to do a video like I did today. But otherwise, I think this is. I think we can. I think especially here, this can be a great place for wrestling fans to convene and talk about wrestling and not have their and not get angry at the fact that you know they're being such obvious hypocrites. All right, y'all, put your comments down below. Tell me what you guys think. Let me know what you guys think about any of the smaller topics we talked about in the first part, or the main topic that we were talking about just a minute ago. Let me know down in the comment section how you feel. Again, that's something that I haven't talked about in a long while, but let you guys know I have a Patreon. Patreon.com/AJTrip. Become a patron. There's 3 tiers, and once I hit a certain amount of patrons, you will be able to determine what videos I talk about on my YouTube channel, what games I play on the on my PlayStation and on the live stream, and what topics to talk about on my podcast. So make sure you go to patreon.com/AJTrip to become a patron. Like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, and click the notification bell. Thank you guys so much for watching. This is your boy AJTrip signing off. As always, be good to each other, y'all. Be careful out there. And I am out.